Oh, that's sleeves. Yeah, I'd sooner have the heart done over anything else.
I got the snowy done.
Oh, you got the snow.
Yeah,
So what
I got
sleeves did you get then?
I think I got the fruit.
Oh, okay, yeah. That'd be up for
I
the
think
fruit.
I got the fruit done.
Oh, okay, cool.
The fruit sleeves.
Welcome to the casting couch.
Yay!
Yay. We've been moved from our normal location for CTF and
To
other
an
shenanigans to an undisclosed location in the same building with a couch, which is
we
nice.
have our own office.
We could make that joke. That's fine.
You could
Yeah.
say that.
So we are here to obviously do CTF. We'll do a little bit of streaming later with some games or some random decks we've got. We've not got anything planned. I spent a lot of time working, and I know Szilvester's been quite busy the last number of at least the last 2 months.
Yeah.
Apart from the opening streams, like say the PRB and OP13, which is probably at the moment probably one of the more boringest metas we've had.
It's AIDS.
It's about dead. Yeah, that's great fun. But nicely at our locals, we we have a gentleman's-ish agreement, which is always nice. And then we boo everyone who plays meta, which is quite funny.
I mean, we don't boo them.
I think we booed Curtis heavily 2 weeks ago, and that was funny.
We took the piss out of him a little, but yeah.
When don't we?
Always.
When don't we? I was going to say so. Yeah, so we're going to talk about in this episode, we're going to talk a bit more about like the next meta set, essentially, like what's going to happen. It's more of a jungle style format, which is it makes it anyone's game. It's more the matches you pull in the end, as opposed to your deck overruling everybody else, which is nice. A little bit of a look at some of the OP14 spoilers, maybe some other bits and pieces, like EBO4, the new Bonnie leader that's just been announced, maybe some vague OP15. I think that's more EBO4.
Yeah,
and maybe just look at the general market not going forward, the market and how it's transitioned, I guess, in the last couple of weeks, which is amusing for older players, maybe not for newer players, I guess. But yeah,
there are arguments for both.
Of course, yeah. So I mean, where do you want to start? I mean, there's a couple. We could start wherever you fancy.
Let's just start with the most recent one, OP13 meta, and how it has been.
I mean, going into, I don't go to regionals or like nationals nowadays. You went, actually. We could do that first if you want, because that was the OP13 meta. Yep. You went up to, was it Edinburgh?
Yep.
Yeah, you went to Edinburgh again. How was that experience for you?
So, the event site itself was nice and spacious. The only downside to it was that there wasn't really any like heating, like proper central heating.
Oh yeah, with it getting colder as well in this country. Yeah.
So the only place where there was actual heating was like right above the vendors, because that's where the actual AC units were, and then obviously the two entrances. Oh, okay. But then anywhere else was a bit chilly. That was the only downside to the venue. The event itself, I think it shows that the game has been on a decline in terms of player engagement, because compared to the previous regionals, that was set 11 meta. So immediately on round 1 and round 2, there were about 30-50-ish tables where an opponent was a no-show.
Oh, okay, I'm with
that.
you.
That was during the first 2 rounds. So compared to the set 11 regionals that we had, which I believe was at Manchester.
I don't remember going to it. If I did, Isaiah, you're talking a long while ago.
So obviously there were no shows as well, but not as many as there has been at this one.
Okay. But the organization, in terms of the organization, was it? Because we can say we've done a lot previous where it's been like the organization's been quite horrific.
So, oh goodness. So it boils down to 3 things. The first one being the organizing team itself, OPE. Lately, they have been in the crossfire of both players and like influencers were connected to the game.
Not really. Shout out to the 2 people watching.
The second thing I think is the current format of the game itself. And then the third thing, which mainly ruined the enjoyment of the regionals for me, was how they have changed the side event structure.
Yeah, because as I say, once you start to get once you're out of contention in the main, unless you want to sit through 9 rounds, I suppose there's always other bits you can be doing. And participating in the side events is another way to get prizing, or still get some enjoyment out of it outside of being the usual grind. It also gives you the option to play a different. You don't have to just sit there and play one deck. Essentially, you can go into your main event, play your main deck, and then be like, right, I'm going to go for some fun and play the side event with a bit more.
I'm just gonna go through all of them in order.
Yeah.
So the thing with the current organizer OPE is obviously in the UK they are like the biggest team who is doing most of the Bandai events, like Bandai game related events. There isn't anyone else who are doing it. I mean, there is UKTC, but they have done only a few. And I mean, other than OP, we don't really have anyone else within the UK, which is a big shame. So when it comes to the organizer, it really just looks like they have their own set core team. And I mean, every time I've gone to an event organized by them, I always see the same 10 people. And the other few people are some odd randoms who, someone couldn't make it from their core team. So they have a pretty solid monopoly when it comes to like judge pricing and all that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay.
There has always been a big controversy in regards to how qualified, skilled, and experienced their judges are, which I believe was the round 8 of the Swiss rounds. I think you've heard of it. It was the big controversy that happened on stream.
Is it the BP Luffy?
No, it was Zoro versus Emu.
Oh, okay.
And basically what happened was during turn 3 of the Zoro player, when they were doing their own thing on the board, our little like entry wristbands had like a plastic knob on them to like tie it up. So that knocked the top bit of the deck sideways.
Oh, okay, right.
So like the top something cards just turned sideways and that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else happened. It's a quick fix.
Just turn it back.
Just turn it back. Yeah. So
people get nervous. People do things.
But it's a silly little accident that could have happened to anyone.
Of course.
And obviously, it was on the right hand of the player where your deck has to be. And so what happened was, after a couple minutes, judges came over. And then a conversation began between them and the players. And so they completely disregarded the opponent of the Zoro player.
Yeah.
Because the opponent was actively vouching for...
He just knocked his deck,
against everything that they have accused him, because nothing of that happened. So basically what the conversation was boiling down to... Oh, and by the way, the commentators had no information.
Yeah.
They were receiving information with like a 2-minute delay.
Yeah.
So what the Zoro player was accused of is that they have drawn extra cards. They had illegal knowledge of their deck, and that they have taken like some other thing.
Yeah.
So basically that
sounds like a stretch.
Yeah. So their turn 1 was basically playing a Perona Searcher, looking at top 5, finding, and then you can see them taking the 4 remaining cards, organizing them, flip the deck, and put it on the bottom.
Yeah.
Turn 2 goes unnoticed. Turn 3,
that happens.
The side
catches
happens. Yeah. And so what they said was that they put the top 4, the 4 remaining cards on the top of the deck.
Yeah, don't
and
worry.
that they have drawn an extra card from there that was also in an order that they were aware of because they organized it, and that
Yeah,
the top of the deck was in that
yeah, that sounds a bit.
in that position because they put it there, and they've completely disregarded what the opponent was saying.
Yeah,
He ended up receiving a game loss.
that's excessive.
Yeah.
I think a warning would have been enough.
Oh, just
It didn't really need to be a warning, to be
just
fair, either.
warning or a caution
Yeah.
to like, it's not even a warning, it's just a caution of like, hey, just be mindful of that little plastic thing
Yeah,
because
of
it
course.
knocks your deck
Yeah.
around. I mean, luckily both of them made top 32.
Yeah.
Both of them made day 2, so that's the silver lining at least.
Yeah.
But there was a YouTuber who watched the entire footage back, and it took them, I think, a minute or so
Yeah.
to just quick, like 10-second frame by frame go
Yeah.
through all the actions that were taken, because no one was bothered to check the VOD because the
Yeah, check it
game
back.
was on live stream.
Yeah, of course.
So this, like, in my eyes, really questions their training experience and their mentality when it comes to being a judge. And there are also like rumors which I don't think are true because they are really like far-fetched and like really stretched out. That there are judges who work together with players to offer favorable rulings to those players or to shark out the opponents. Because they can then split the
pricing and
prizings
stuff.
and get extra cash out.
Like bribery almost, essentially. Yeah.
Bribery, working together, call it whatever you want. I don't think that's true because that is really just far-fetched. But once we hear of a case like that, to be true, that will mark the day when people will just stop going to events that are organized by them. So I made it tied to my third point, the side events.
Yes.
So the side event structure was completely changed. Instead of it being a mini tournament with its original pricing, you now instead get prize tickets per games won.
Yeah, I think they did that the last time when I played. I think that was Manchester a long while ago. That might have been like
they started doing it at Liverpool.
That was the one I'm thinking of. Yes.
So before that, it was just a mini tournament. Sit down, play out all the rounds, and then top 8, top 4, so like 4th
it was like
place.
somewhere higher up.
People were getting like top 226, 128, and top 64 pricing for like placing first and below that. So the pricing was really generous. It was a mini tournament, and many people just played something else that wasn't their main event deck.
Yeah, of course.
And a lot of the times they won. Like, side events were actually fun. It was a miniature, more casual, but still like competitive environment.
As we know from someone who played in, I think was it Birmingham originally? I think he took, was it Red Zorro? We just took it and got second. I think the time after he went, when we went to somewhere else, whether we went back to Birmingham or not, he just played Purple. Was it Purple Magellan? Yeah. But it was completely fine. Like, it was. It's a nice change of pace as opposed to seeing what you see on stream at these main tournaments, essentially.
So now, because of how they changed it, that you are playing to win as many games as possible to get the prize tickets, everyone just plays the main event deck because you need to win games. So there is no escape. You will always see the same decks.
Yeah. And especially going on to, like you say, with the OP13 meta, especially with a deck like Ace, you can make 3 to 4 mistakes in a game as an Ace player, and you don't get punished. You still win out because the cards you have in your deck are more power scaled to beat other decks. Like, essentially, it's more just a 10 Newgate, essentially, but that card alone is enough to be ridiculous.
Really just ties into the second point, which is now the last, is that the OP13 meta is like the worst received so far. Like, I would much rather play set 6 with Sakazuki and 8 Geckos than Ice Age and Great Eruption still about.
What, now that we've got the OP? You mean like have that included in the OP13, or you mean you want to go back to the OP06 when that is a thing?
I would rather travel back in time and play in that format again 3 times a week than to play in today's meta.
See, I'd be a bit in the middle. I'd say I'd be happy to go back, but I would sit there and say maybe OP09. I felt like OP09 meta was, with the second anniversary, with it being Teach and stuff like that, where it kind of nullified a lot of what would happen. I kind of think that would kind of make it a bit better. Like I said, I think the power creep we're at now with OP13, even including 12 to be fair, because Zora sits amongst it with that. Rayleigh was the same at a lot, and I'm like, once we hit like 11, I think was the last point where I was like, you know what? It was very jungle style. I think after that it became, you get a couple of cards that help other decks, like say Kogara got some cards and stuff, and that made it relevant for a little. But now you're at a point where we're not relevant anymore. 6k leaders, 7k leaders. If you include Roger in its effect and everything, 7k leaders.
What is very much true is that set 12 onward, the game started to feel very much like Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Is that you always just buy the newest set that comes out,
use
the cards from them, and then the previous set becomes completely irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really a shame, because one of the reasons why the game is so much fun is because you have all these old leaders with all these new cards, and it just opens up to a completely new style on how you can play that deck, new available options, and that's the magic of the game.
Yeah, of course.
You can build a leader so many different ways. But now, obviously, because Japan is a set ahead of us,
everyone sees in front.
It always just boils down to just copy and paste and just play whatever is solved. You don't need to change anything. You don't even need to practice these decks.
I mean, you say that. I mean, you know how I build my decks. I don't mind looking at someone's deck and going, "Oh, that looks really good." But then you know me, I'm like, "Well, what if I try this?"
Yeah,
and I try to spin it a little different.
but
it's always
that.
It's never going to be competitive. Don't get me wrong.
But the decks that you play are not the meta. They are more of like rogue decks or answer decks.
I mean, I don't know. I played Ace originally when it came out. I made 1 or 2 changes to it because I was like, well, I just want to see what this is like.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. I do try to not look inward so much. I like to, much like you, I'm very much, I quite like my decks to be quite thematic. So it works alongside, it looks like the cards are meant to work together. As opposed to, like, say, you've got, I'm trying to think of a deck that really, let's use Emu as an example for the moment. So Emu is very much a very thematic deck at the moment. All of the cards are generally for Emu. All the characters generally interact with Emu, aside from probably Shirahoshi, I would have said.
The thing with Emu is you can build the entire deck purely out of cards from OP13.
Exactly.
If you choose not to, because you don't play the traitor Egghead clone that don't know the name of the card.
Is it York?
Yeah. So if you choose to not play that, then and something else or two, you basically have 6 cards remaining because everything else you just play on 4.
I think, like I said, the only card different is it Shirahoshi?
Yeah,
it's a 2K. Yeah. But it's the only thing that's not thematic. I mean, you could say it's thematically linked. To be fair, did she not get kidnapped by one?
She's
by Celestial Dragon.
So maybe she is very, very close to be regarded as a word elder. I mean, she was there at the reverie.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to be present in the deck.
That's fair enough. No, it was more like thematically, does it fit with it? And it does really, if you think about it. But at least it's something. But let's move on. That's what I'm saying. Let's use that as a building block to the next point, which is, like, say, it moves more to OP14. But it's like, oh, cool, we're getting Crocodile next set. Oh, cool, there's a 1-drop event that's no relevance at all to the world, to Emu itself. But it's a 1-drop and Emu can run it. And it's a 4K and it removes abilities and effects. It's like, you're just going to run that card now.
To have 10 cards in your trash in a black deck that cares about your trash.
Quite easy.
You have that on every Tuesday.
Exactly, man. So that was more my point in terms of it being like thematic to non-thematic to building decks as like this deck comes out of the box like this. It's like getting a structure deck essentially. OP13 was just a structure deck Emu for black in the black cards.
OP13 is just a structure deck set.
For Emu, for certain decks.
For everything.
Oh yeah, to be fair, yeah. Well, no, because you could take red cards from Ace. Well, you could, but you don't really, do you? Either way, no, because you take Uta. A lot of people play the 6-drop Uta from the structure deck from Newgate because it lowers itself. The point being is that it runs along that idea that the OP13 was a structure deck set for the decks coming out.
Yeah.
with the odd bit of tech pieces.
Yeah,
but we'll
I
move
mean,
away from
yeah,
that a
I
bit
mean,
now.
all in
We've gone
all,
on that.
OP13 is just
Yeah.
a very coin toss rock paper scissors format. It is not enjoyable, and I think this can lead us to the next point, being the 14 meta, which we see now to be more of a jungle style,
which is good. I'm going to say we saw when the
absolutely.
leaders were announced, we probably looked at it and we were like, is this any of these going to be relevant and good? And some of the decks looked all right. I think I was quite curious about Crocodile. Like, the effect is really interesting. I wonder how good it's going to be. And you look at it now and it's like, okay, I can see it being very viable. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I think Dofi was one that looked really strong, but I think it started to cool off now. I think Jinbei was one that looked really bad until you start to see the cards come out and you're like, oh, okay, this is looking good as well. So
Law is an interesting one. I
don't know how good that's going to be.
Yeah, I'm going to be curious if it's going to see any results. Gecko Moria, we are still waiting on that.
I think someone hit top 16, but I wouldn't guarantee that. I think someone hit that. Bo was the most prevalent one.
Yes.
Because of the effect on it, which is very, very busted. Yeah. But there might be some ways around that we don't know. We're not sure.
Yeah. So one of the things that I see people like trying to make a point online and being very, very wrong about it is that it takes less skill to play in a jungle format than it is to play in a rock paper scissors format.
No. I'd say it takes a lot more. You need to know a lot more. You need to have more game knowledge. You need to know. Yeah. You need to know a lot of cards that are played in every deck, because every deck is subsequently different. Like, say you look at Boa. Boa is more going to be on the idea of you have to play Kuja cards. Yeah. Kuja cards have not been relevant at all since they were even released in OPO7. So,
and also, just when you think about, going to a competitive event and you are sitting there day 2, top 32, instead of having to expect 3 decks that you play against, one of them being the mirror match and the other being 2, where you just follow a spreadsheet, which genuinely any idiot can study in. It can very easily happen that every single round you play against something different. And at that point, it comes down to how well can you pilot your own deck, how well can you adapt to a new situation, and how well you are able to switch up your play style based on what your opponent is playing.
Yeah, of course.
It takes a lot more skills that are relating to the on-the-spot adaptation, which I think when it comes to the current player base, they don't have.
No.
A lot of the current players,
they just know how to play the 3 decks that they play.
They know how to
don't
play
know anything
one
else.
deck, they study in a spreadsheet, and they do nothing else. So when they sit down against something that they just
generally don't know what's going to happen.
They don't know what's going to happen to it, and they lose. Well, it just shows their skill as an individual player and not their skills as a valid player who is good at the game.
Let's use, again, we'll go back to the example of one of the decks that's probably more like, is more of a Swiss Army knife deck nowadays, Teach.
Yeah.
As much as it's you don't get your own plays, it's a Swiss Army knife of how you want to play it, because you can heavily lean into the removal element, or you can heavily remove into the survival. Well, we'll call it survivability. You could go into the removal, or you could go into staying around long enough that you're able to get through, essentially, with blockers and stuff like that. Blockers that are higher than the 5k base, it's like 6 and more. Or you go with, like, say, the removal engine, which is cool. Here's this card that reduces this, which plays this to each, that removes that card. And you just keep going over and over and over.
Again, when we look at how Teach plays, the kind of mentality that the deck wants to promote, on paper, it does very well into Ace, it does very well into Emu, and it can, in some form, do well against Zoro.
Yeah, it's just the consistency of it's probably not there.
So we have in the Nottingham One Piece community a very, very skilled player who is like really, really good with Teach. And even he said that playing into Ace against someone who is not worse, but like less skilled, or is like new to the deck, like you have to orchestrate the entire game perfect. Everything needs to be perfect. You cannot make any mistakes. And even then, it's a breath of a hair between you winning or losing, or even when you won, it doesn't feel like you won because
it drains you that
it
much.
always was just
Yeah.
a dominating situation that you had to overcome every single turn.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so yeah, the jungle style format it's more appealing, I'm assuming, because I say during the original OP13 pre-release, I think obviously some people turned up to locals after because we brought our like meta forward a fraction by a couple of days.
Yeah,
wasn't the end of the world, but we had people turning up and saying, "All right, if this is the meta we're going to see, then we're not going to turn up anymore," or you know what I mean, they're willing to drop down, or they're not bothered. They just want essentially they want to come and they want to have fun. They don't want to sit and see. I'm not being funny. If I sat opposite and played 3 or 4 like Ace games, I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
It's a draining experience.
I remember a player who went to Liverpool that saw mill Nami twice. He got to the third one, never conceded, and just went home.
Yeah,
and I get it.
Honestly, that is completely understandable. But
you're not here to play a game that's not. The whole point of the game is to be fun.
Yeah,
I get that.
There's a recreational activity.
There's an element of the competitive side of it, and that's absolutely fine. But for the most part, it's there to have fun. And when you go to these bigger events, everyone's so serious. You said before, you've sat opposite a guy where it looks like his veins are popping in his head, and it's like you're not supposed to take it that seriously. It's a game, you have fun. It's competitive to a point.
When you are in a competitive environment,
the stress is a lot more.
There are high stakes, and you are there to win, and you want everything to go perfect. Like naturally, you will stress. But what you need to understand is that you're also supposed to have fun.
Yeah, of course.
And I cannot stress this enough how proud I am to the One Piece community that we have at our store. That was Lewis.
No, I know.
That was Lewis, what I was saying. Yeah, so I cannot stress this.
I could have booed him.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
So, I am really, really proud to our One Piece community for going into this gentleman's agreement.
Yeah.
Our couple of recent locals have been the most fun experiences.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Like everyone is playing something different,
or some variation of what could be different.
Or some variation, yeah. And genuinely, every round you play against something different. And, I mean, it really is just about having fun.
Of course, and that's what we're here for. Like I say, we open the cards for fun. That's we're there just to have a bit of a laugh and joke with some friends. Usual basic stuff. There's nothing drastic about it. So, again, when we do hit the jungle style format, it's going to be interesting to see what everyone will rock up with everything essentially. So that's going to be more fun.
Oh yeah.
But because we're also getting obviously some EBO4 stuff, I think it's green, blue, and purple. It'd be interesting to see what people rock up with from the older sets, because I think purple Kaido gets a little bit better.
Oh yes.
I think I can't remember the blue was Boa and stuff like blue and oh no, there's a Sengoku card for Kuzan.
Yeah,
there's some interesting stuff
in there. I think
can't remember the green stuff. Oh, the green one is the Megalo, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Shirahoshi support.
Oh no, I don't think it was. No, that green card is literally for any deck. It's not leader locked.
Oh yeah.
It literally is on play, rest it, KO, and 8K.
It's Megalo. It's for Shirahoshi.
Oh, of course it is, but it runs on everything else.
Obviously, everyone is going to play that.
A big 8K KO straight out of the gate. Yeah, of course they are. For forward on.
Which was a good question. Which decks are you looking forward to in 14?
I think when we spoke previous, I was heavily on the side of Dofi's my sort of main. Like I was gonna say, Thursday just gone, I played GP Dofi. It's the final time it's getting played. It's kind of dead. I knew it's been dead for a long time, but I thought I'd go with it. Don't know how I got 2-2, but that's another story. But yeah, purple Dofi, love Doflamingo. Didn't really like the blue deck, but I really enjoyed the green purple element from the meta we had where it was like 4.5.
Yeah,
where it was very film engineer at the time, but it obviously devolved a bit more once we hit OP5 onwards. It's always got a place in my heart. Black Crocodile, I enjoyed Blue Crocodile for a time. Purple Yellow, I played a fraction of. Got a win at locals and then left it from there. But yeah, Black Crocodile, because I saw how interesting the leader looked itself. I thought, well, this is odd. It's a removal deck without any removal. Was what it looked like on the tin. It's like Black is always known for being removal, or became more of a freezing deck, and it's more of an interactive deck with the board than just removal, which is nice. I was really interested in Red Lore because I've really enjoyed Red Purple Lore until everything kind of went sideways with it. We were getting to the point where it's going to be meta here, and it got banned before we even got it. And it's like, okay, great. So I put that down the drain. So I'd be interested in Red Lore, but I've kind of moved away from that a bit now. I'm like more on this idea that if I get it, because I am getting case of OP14. If I do get the Manga Mihawk, I will be playing Mihawk a little. It's not super relevant at the minute in the meta. A lot of people are playing it, but I don't know to what degree it's worth playing. Outside of that, I wasn't really too that interested in Boa. Still not. Gecko's the same. And Jinbei looks curious, but I wouldn't probably go that way with it, I think. Yeah. And I think there's one more deck in. There's 7 this set. I can't remember the other one.
Law.
I did Law. Law, Dofi, Croc, Jinbei, Boa, Gecko. I'd have been the 7.
Yeah, there's 7, yeah.
So what the hell have I missed?
It's the 7 Warlords. So you have Mihawk.
Oh, I think I missed Mihawk.
Yeah,
I missed Mihawk on that 7. Yeah.
Hawk,
so I'm interested in playing 3 of the decks essentially, but they're all monos, which is there's only 2 mixed. Yeah. But yeah, I'd be looking at them. Yourself?
So when it comes to playing competitive, I think I will lean toward Boa.
Yeah,
just because it's a very self-interactive combo style deck.
Yeah.
I am looking at using some of the Warlord support from Black. And, making a.
You said Sakazuki.
Making a Sakazuki deck. That's fair. Blue-black navy Warlord mixture. And I mean, Law sits.
I know it sits very close in your heart, so I'm like, I want to see what you cook with that.
Yeah, Red Law will definitely be something that I am going to build.
Yeah.
Just because, obviously, Red-Green will be rotating out.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at now. We're at that, like, everything's got its final hurrah. Like I say, even Structure Kaido from 4, it's like final hurrah.
I did my final hurrah with Red-Green Law. It went...
To be expected.
Went to be expected, but it did surprisingly better than I was expecting it. So a lot of my games when I played the deck came down to me doing one misplay.
Yeah.
Or my opponent just seeing a card a turn early. And honestly, there is nothing else that I can do about it. Like, I take the games chill. I made a mistake. Okay, I try not to make that the next time.
No, of course.
But when a game comes down to, I made this one mistake and it cost me the game.
Yeah.
I take it as the deck can still cook and work.
I think it can. I think that's something that I found on Thursday with GP Dove. So I played Zorro round 1. Yeah, I'm cooked. I can't do anything. I die before I even hit 10. And even if I do anything with it, I'm screwed. Moving forward, I played... What's I round 2 in? Where did I round 2 into? I ended up with 2 losses and then 2 wins. I cannot remember my second game.
What might have been the
no. Sorry. Tell a lie. I played Purple Kaido round 1. Which wasn't even more of a Kaido. It was more of a Big Mom deck. But I understood the premise of what it was for. I lost to that because I just couldn't stabilize. I don't think I got the ramp I needed to keep on top of it. I didn't see the 8-drop Dofi, I think. I think that's why I lost. Because if I'd got a wider board, I'd have been able to get more aggression. And that might have changed the game in my favor. Game 2, I played Zorro. It's a mismatch. Whatever body I play out, he gets swung off, and then I get 8K'd. I'm dead. Round 3, I played Blue Boa, which was bad RNG, I think, on the Boa's player. He saw 1 red rock. He saw no gravity blade. He didn't get any removal across what I had.
Yeah.
It was really bad for him, and I'm like, I didn't feel bad because, like I say, I'm playing a GP deck. My deck is generally ass for the most part nowadays in the meta. Round 4, I played GY Law. And at the beginning, I thought this is going to go badly. And it was, the board was in my favor up until he started getting what he needed in terms of starting to shambles. He got 8-drop Kid on board. I'm like, great. I'm not getting past that because he's just going to counter everything. I'm not going to be able to go for game and he's just going to start healing. He misplayed and didn't put the Don on the Kid. No Magnet, and I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm going to clear some blockers. I'm going to go for game because it's just easy that way. So yeah, so maybe, like I say, some people are still learning some older decks, and it's, again, knowledge of what you know to do, and it's, I like you, I was surprised I got those 2 results, but some misplays can happen. I've done it plenty, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, some decks are going to get retired. I need to put that away. That's kind of done. I need the sleeves anyway for Dofi, so it's worth it for me. I just need my sleeves back. Crocodile, I've got some sleeves of. I'm like, yeah, cool, we're going to run that back. The new version of it, so they're not all wasted, which is always fun. And even to the point where I think I'm probably going to put other decks in my box that I've ran once and thought, you know what, I don't need it there. I might keep Red Blue Ace for the time being, but I'm going to get rid of Red Green Luffy. I tried it. It didn't really run. I've not tried it again since. I might play it on stream. I don't think it'd be much different to what it was before. There's a lot of decks in my heart where I'm like, I want to keep this up. Like Jewelry Bonnie, the new one, really enjoy playing that. Such a fun deck, as much as it's just more aggressive than Calgara.
It's a slot machine.
It is such a good deck.
It's a slot machine, and I love it.
Calgara, another deck close to my heart. Love playing it, but out of rotation, it's not going to get any better, I don't think. Maybe I move that to one side. I love Teach. I don't want to lose Teach. It's a fantastic deck.
Yeah,
makes my brain work, which I love. Love working.
You know, when it comes to like competitive play and rotation, I mean, you know, I think rotation will do good for the game. I am
Hopefully,
looking
yes.
forward to it, and I'm mainly more curious about what they plan on doing with the extra regulation format. If that is going to see any form as side events or actual competitive events, that's more something that I'm curious of.
I mean, for us here, this is just speaking on our experience at Underworld, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but Monday is meta night, essentially. You run to the block format once we hit, and then Thursdays is going to be more relaxed. Play, not what you want, but you know what I mean? You can play within the, without the block format rotation, so you can be a bit more...
Yeah, so Monday is going to be standard, and then Thursday is going to be the extended format.
Well, we'll do that in a minute. Let's move on to the next one. We've done the jungle format, which is always nice. Again, it's nice to get back to that. I quite enjoyed that. It's funnier to see decks be a bit more like that than be what they are. Like I said, I prefer to see a variety of decks I get to play against than seeing the same three, which is always fun. Side note for the OP14, the Dons look really cool.
Oh yes, the double packs.
The double packs are back. We're getting, what's it, crocodile style, sand based, and we're getting Dofi strings. Looks cool.
I believe it's the Sabos, the Sand Tornado.
Was it that? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's his Sabos ability.
Oh, Sables, right. I thought you said Sabo. I was like, he's not on the card. Yeah, okay. No, there's that.
And then
they look pretty cool.
Strings of
Dofi looks sick. Yeah, I'm looking forward. That's it. I'm looking forward to that. We've seen some EBO4 spoilers. Obviously, you've got, like I say, King and Kaido, purple. So we've spoken the Boa and the Boa and the Isho in blue.
Yes.
And then green was Megalo and or another card. I cannot remember for the life of me what it is, but there's another card there.
We are starting to see
some newer stuff, some yellow stuff. So we've seen a leader for EBO4, which is Jewelry Bonnie.
Looks interesting.
It's Gear 5. Well, it looks like Gear 5 Jewelry Bonnie.
Yes.
So red yellow's. I mean,
it's an interesting combination.
It's been a very interesting meta combination because red yellow has worked previously. Once Betty got support, Betty was very, very relevant. Red Yellow Sabo was always on the periphery.
Red Yellow Sabo works in a casual environment. It's more of a rogue deck. It can do well. It can work.
Do you have nails?
Yes.
I'll be able to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to be outrageous. Yeah, so that looks good. Obviously, the other cards we've seen on the yellow side of things has been predominantly all yellow Kumas, isn't it? Like every yellow card we've seen announced is Kuma. I think, no, Pacifista's one, but it's one of them things. You gotta get something to go.
I need to get something.
Sure.
Because my nails don't cut it.
Fair enough. We'll move to OP15 spoilers. Because I think I've seen, like, there's a description of it now, I think, is what I've seen.
I think we know the...
It's mainly around Skypiea.
It's going to be based around Skypiea. And then 16 is going to be taking us back to the War of the Best.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's like the OPO2 leaders and stuff like that sort of thing, ain't it?
Yeah, so it's gonna be going back to the Paramount. So
Paramount War is what
Paramount
the
War is going to be the main theme of set 16. Is
what
we know.
You might still need that. You might still need it. Nice.
Hey, let's speak of quality. I mean, to be fair, it's already much better than
the Ace one.
The Ace one, yeah.
I don't know how I was going to try hanging this at home. Oh, there's that.
Yeah, I mean, the cards we have seen so far from the yellow stuff, they look interesting. I am looking forward to it. Not necessarily going to build Bonnie. I am more...
The yellow Bonnie?
No, the Gear 5 Bonnie.
Oh, we don't know what we're getting.
Oh, you got the
Laura and Rosie.
No, the brothers, and
Oh.
you got
So,
the goodbye Don.
bye. Wasn't really big fan of that Don. I prefer the other Dons. The other sleeves in the other Don would have been nice.
But
Oh well, it's very well
it
made.
holds your deck. it genuinely holds a deck box.
Oh, nice. Fair.
Yeah, it's not a joke.
No, that's fair. Let's see what we're going to be getting from it. I guess we'll have a laugh and see what we get. I don't think the rays were shiny then for a second. We go the other way. Are you adamant it holds the shiny?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Because it has like little clamps there.
oh, okay, so it holds it in.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it holds it in. Yeah.
Oh, very interesting.
So they've listened to customer feedback, and these things are now an actual deck box.
Yeah.
So when I rock up to regionals at some point with Red Low,
Yeah.
and this is my deck box.
Oh, seems thematic.
Hey.
Seems thematic. Best pull, SR, law.
Oh, did you?
But with Dofi chasing him in the background.
Oh, did you not get anything else?
Generally, no, it's all rares. This is the wee ass box, bro. Rares.
Very of a shame.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping a little bit more.
Yeah.
Wee ass.
Yeah. Mine was a bit better. I got the odd secret bunny out of it at least.
Yeah. I mean, I'll put them in and they'll go back with me.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's fine.
Yeah. Any final points? We need to
well,
still go
there's
through.
the other bit of the video which we're gonna talk about, which is probably the market.
Oh,
yeah, the market, which is very, very strange. When I get to, this isn't what I spend all my day doing. When I do glance on Facebook and when you're part of the sales and stuff like that, and you see through, I don't sell any cards. I just use it to keep an eye on prices of stuff. And when you see someone posting, "Oh, I've just been on Card Market. Is this OPO1 Luffy standard? Not even the whole, like £200." I'm thinking, no.
And they
it's a
make
base
argument,
card.
They make the argument, oh, but it's pre-errata.
It's like one word difference. What does it matter?
Yeah, it don't.
Up to and May.
Like pre-errata is like maybe a £5 difference. It's not even that much. Like,
so
it's not even recognizable. Like,
yeah. Well,
honestly, like, so basically, all the scalpers who were in Pokemon,
yep,
they are getting burnt out. They are losing so much money because no one's buying from them anymore.
Yep.
So now they made like massive emergency panic sales to try and like recoup some of their losses to mitigate the damage that they will suffer. And now they just go on to the next card game, which unfortunately is One Piece.
Yes.
And I have seen some accounts like buy some order promos from me.
Yeah.
And I'm aware of the situation. So I look through the account of what they are selling, and a telltale sign of someone being a scalper is selling a pre-release stamp.
Oh, yeah, pre-stamps,
vanilla character of a character who is completely like, it's not even a fan character.
No.
For like a tenner.
Trying to think of a good example of this. A vanilla.
I immediately just go, no, sorry, I can't ship the card.
Yeah.
And I just decline the order.
Yeah.
Because I am not going to sell to scalpers.
Yeah, it's just, especially within the last year or so, because I said we've known a couple of people drop out of One Piece, and it's, again, they are business people within the game. It's not like it's they've dropped out because they don't enjoy it. They do enjoy it. It's just when you make some money out of doing it as a business, it's a bit difficult for you to maintain your passion where you're essentially losing money.
Yeah.
So but that happens. They also transitioned into another game at the same time, but that's by the by. He was buying collections, but when you're buying collections at a certain price and you're getting nothing more than you're losing money on it, essentially, you're not really gaining anything. It's a bit hard. people like yourself and obviously maybe me, obviously you do sell bits and pieces online. You've sold some bits for me.
Yeah.
I mean, just alone within the last year, you sold my manga Nami online, which obviously went not gonna be funny after seeing how much it's worth now. Wish I'd have kept it, but it is what it is. At the time it sells, it sells. You don't know the market's gonna go the way it is. It was almost doubled in price to what it was. I ended up pulling with my brother the Oda signed, which is in England, if you look at UK lowest, is ridiculously priced. We were originally looking at it about a year or so ago. It's like, oh, if we get it, if we sell it, it's worth maybe 1,200. I was looking at the market the other day. The lowest price on card market alone in English is $5,000, and I'm like, what? My brother's completely justified in keeping it. He's getting it graded to sell it at more. But the point, I think the only three that are left are graded though. So it's like, get it graded, you can smoke. We can smoke it and sell it loads.
It's one of those ones where,
I think it is only, ironically though, I think it is only with alt arts, leaders, SPs, with the rarer cards essentially. It's not necessarily with base cards or SRs.
The collector items.
Yes.
But again, it's scalpers buying from scalpers, pushing up the price until no one buys from no one.
Yeah.
This naturally hurts the people who are in genuine need of cards to play and enjoy the game.
But I think that's different though, because you're talking cards in general. So if we're talking base cards, you can get them aplenty. We're talking special cards. We're talking cards that are for collectors and stuff like that. And I think that's where that's where it differs. But when you have people going to, I'm not making a comment here, but when I say I looked online yesterday at a website about how much a box of OP13 is, and I see it's £220 online, and I'm thinking, I know the price I got mine for, and it was substantially less than that. But when I see that, and I'm like, it kind of shows where we're at with scalpers, because scalpers now, you've got businesses increasing the price of everything because scalpers are just going to buy it and sell it at that premium price or more. Even I don't know if you saw this, I saw the horror story from the Germany event this week. I think we were going to go onto it a bit. Was people just queuing at the door, people rushing. There'd be in a digital queue to get into the Bandai, the shop itself. Yeah. There was a digital queuing system. They didn't follow the digital queuing system. People just ran in and were just ordering as much as they wanted. There wasn't even a one box minimum, one box max. It was you can get whatever you want, and everything was sold out.
The vendors did not
regulate.
They did not regulate. They did not apply.
I think there was there only so many of the blue yellow Nami leader promo
that sold out on day one.
That everyone went and got like 5. So many people went in and got 5 copies, and then jumped the price up by like 10 times what it was worth.
Yeah,
scalping for ridiculous prices just to fund it, and that kind of, like I say, that takes away from the people who generally probably just wanted it just so they can whack it in a binder and keep it, not necessarily sell it, or people who wanted to use it for playing the game, which is a lot nicer.
Like personally, it would have been nice if I was, able to get one through someone who went there, because I would have.
Yeah, of course.
Like
you'd have given a fair price for
it. The playmat itself, I wouldn't have used it, but the leader.
Yes.
The leader is something I would have used and played.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean. It's when we're talking about like price hiking and stuff, it's mainly these ridiculously special promos or cards that you can get from these events. Or any events, like I say, you get certain ones from Shonen Jump magazine and stuff like that. You can order them. They are really nice, but actually they're a PSA one and stuff, like the Luffy, or is that Shonen Jump as well? The purple Luffy one with the Onigashima in the background.
That's the PSA promo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's all sorts of promos, but they just probably skyrocket the price. But yeah, and don't get me wrong, if I chose to sell most of the cards I've got, it's nice to know that they're worth a bit more than probably what I paid for them, but it's a small thing. I think someone asked to look in my binder the other day, and it's, you got any alt arts? It's like, well, yeah, but I'm not going to sell them because most people are just picking them up to sell them themselves at a more increased rate. So I'm selling, which is, again, I'm going to get my profit, but then they're going to take my profit and more on the next card, and it's very, very strange.
It is a very toxic cycle that, a hobby that is mainly meant for enjoyment and engagement with other people who are like-minded and are really just there to take part in engaging with this IP, with this community in ways that really just aligns with everyone within the community. That it has turned from chasing the fun and engagement into chasing monetary gain.
Yeah, of course.
Like the fact that everything is about money is the most toxic element of every single community.
I was gonna say, this is just going back to the Germany thing. Is I think people were only interested as well in going in and buying OP09 and OP13, which is the anniversary sets.
Yeah.
Which is where I'm assuming that's where you get most of your special cards.
They just go for the chase cards.
They go for the chase cards so they can sell them more. But it's, especially when you think at a local level, I think where we play, it was a case of the business owners like, oh well, I'm not going to give OP13 pricing because I ain't got much left. Because that's what I'm saying, people are coming in, they just want to buy it because they want to resell it. It's not even for the use of the game half the time. But no, that's why I always enjoy PRB stuff, and you know, I mean, PRB packs and stuff like that. It's like so nice just PRB to see some different arts. Yeah. I think I saw some green bits and pieces on Thursday for the guy who I played against, who was a Zorro player who didn't have all the cards, well, certain cards. And he just wanted the green cards. Like, I'm fine to sell them. It's not the end of the world to me because they were just base SRs. But the market's changed in a good kind of way, but in a bad kind of way. It's probably gone very volatile.
Yeah. I mean, the bubble will pop, and when it pops, it will pop very, very loud. And the only thing that I really hope for is that all of these toxic, inhuman scumbags really will be hurt the worst kind of way when it comes to their monetary safety, their financial safety.
Wow.
I really hope that they are going to experience losses that they will be unable to recover from because they deserve it.
Fair enough. I don't think we have anything else left to talk about in here. Price hikes. Yeah, SP's mangas, alts.
Yeah.
I take it we haven't sold the manga bonnie yet then, in that respect.
No.
There was some interest in what you told me last time, but I mean, outside of that.
No, manga bonnie is still sitting in the binder.
It's fine. The price will just go up.
Yeah.
No, I'm not too worried. Sometimes it's just worth sitting on some cards, I guess. I can't wait to see what ends up. The Oda sign comes back as a rating, I guess.
Where are you sending it to?
My brother would know. I'm not. He's the one. He's charged me for getting it graded, but he's not told me where he's sending it. Yeah. He said to me the cheapest one, but then that's like, why not just go get it to the highest?
Oh goodness!
I don't know. I'm not getting involved.
If he's sending it to Ace, it's not gonna matter.
No,
okay. PSA is fine.
I would have said it should go Beckett because then Beckett pulls a bit more in, I think. Is it Beckett or is it PS? I don't know which one's. I don't grade cards, so I don't know.
Beckett is more about the hype.
Yeah, then.
But so collectors go for PSA, scalpers go for Beckett.
Fair enough, then. Sooner sell it to a collector than a scalper, to be honest. So, but that's just my views.
Yeah.
Wherever it goes is wherever it goes.
I mean, hey, if it sells, it sells. That's what matters.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm a homeowner now. I need all the money I can get. He says more than comfortable. I don't need it. Right, we're going to end the stream, I guess, and then we're going to move to doing a bit of gameplay and just randomly chatting about whatever, really. I suppose probably deck building, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll just have a bit of a laugh and a joke with it. What did you say? We'll just say this because, let's say, I've got like 10 decks, but I know you've got quite different. You've got 10 as well. I thought you just said you had brought 3.
I've brought a lot.
Oh, so before we go into, well, no, I can bring it up in the other bit. Right, so we're going to go from there because that's kind of all we need to talk about. I think Christmas, enjoy Christmas, I guess, folks. Anyone who is watching or anyone who's watching afterwards. Pre-release, I would believe that Underworld is going to be the 9th. The release date's the 16th. So it's always the week before. So it'd be the 9th, and I'm assuming 10, 11, the 12th of January.
It's going to be the 9th and the 12th.
I can math.
So yeah, 9th of January and 12th of January.
So other than the stream that we're going to be doing shortly, we will probably be back opening OP14, I would assume, within relative reason when it gets in.
Yeah.
Might be a day or so before the pre-release. So we'll open it up and we'll see what we end up getting. It'd be nice just to get some new product. I've been opening the Disney cards from Morrison's because you get it as you do shopping. They're not actual like Lorcana cards, they're just cards that go in a little sticker book thing. It's been quite entertaining. It's a nice little thing you don't have to pay for because you pay for a week shopping. Yeah, right. So we'll see you shortly, where we just sit and joke around and have as much fun as humanly possible playing this interactive card game.